I'm delighted to say that joining the channel ahead of their game being a big focus this weekend on talkSPORT 2, our feature game against the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. Safety Justin Simmons joins the show now. Justin, how are you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on? I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Look, we really appreciate you taking the time out to have a chat to us. Just initially, tough 3-week or 4-week span, I guess, with the bye week in there for you guys. A lot of games you're in, but not getting the victories. What are the vibes like in the building ahead of this game on Sunday?
Yeah, we know how important this game is, and so we're really looking forward to hopping in and on Sunday and having a chance to go win. And we believe in our team, and so vibes are high, and we know how important this game is.
For you guys on the defensive side of the ball, it felt like there was a off the back of the bye week, a renewed energy, like renewed impetus. I know that obviously you didn't get the win, but there was a really great defensive performance there. Are you guys feeling that in the room a bit? Did you feel like there was a step forward against the Chargers?
Yeah, it was definitely a step forward, but there's still a lot of room for improvement, on our side of the ball. And I think some situations where we could have helped our offense out and the team out a little bit more. And so those are the things that we looked at this week and have implemented to get ready to play, the Vikings in Minnesota on Sunday.
I mean, outside of the obvious, that getting the rest time, what do you think did change in the bye week? What was different in your approach for that game last Sunday?
Yeah, I just think when you have the bye, it gives you a chance to do a lot of self-scouting and figure out, what you're best at, what you need to have a little bit more work on. And so once we took a look at those and had a chance to have the week to take that time, I think that really helped us. And we got some guys back off injury. So those things obviously help as well. And you got to play our best football right now. And obviously it's a tough loss for us, but we're moving on and getting ready to take on Minnesota. You got to bring your defense on the road, especially against an offense like that.
And what about for you personally? Like a guy who's been a veteran in this league, who's come into this locker room and as a leader, it has been a tougher year for the defense that does look like it's now improving. But what do you think you've done personally and how do you think you've helped to lift these guys?
Yeah, there's always a lot of self-reflection. When things aren't going well, a lot of the time I think in human tendency is to point the finger and find excuses, but one thing I'm proud of this group is there's a lot of self-reflection. There's a lot of thumb pointing, which is pointing back to yourself and figuring out what you can do better to help not only the defense, but our team. And so that's kind of been my main focus point and the message I think that the leaders are doing a good job of echoing to the team. And, like I said, I think that'll really help us, to close out the year here.
We obviously know what a great defensive mind Raheem Morris is, and he comes in and he brings Jimmy Lake in with him from Los Angeles as well. What have been your impression of those two guys? How much have they helped you on the defensive side of the ball? And just tell us a bit like what it's like being around those in the room, etc.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think, obviously they, two defensive minds, really good defensive minds, and they have, the conversations that they have on how they see things and how it's playing out, and then that conversation, being had with some of the guys and the players and getting the feedback of, what's working, what do you like, what do you not like. I think all those things are really important, and it's an inclusive style of defense, and so I know it's, everyone's excited and, it's the first year for a lot of people. And obviously first year with the system and things in that nature. So there's a lot of ironing out the kinks and the details and, we're still figuring it out. But like I said, I think last week was a good step in the right direction and we got to be even better this week.
One guy I do want to ask about is a man who's in the safety room with you, in the backfield with you as well, Jesse Bates, one of my favourite guys to watch in the league. Not that you're not, Justin, obviously, but, we're having this conversation. Like, what's Jesse like to play with? Because, man, we love watching him flying around out there.
Oh, yeah. Jesse's the best, man. He's one of the best, if not the best in the league at what he does. And so having to share the room with him and the coolest part for me is the way that he can break down the film and the way that he sees things when he's playing in live action. And I think vision for a safety is everything. And he has one of the best eyes and he has a natural knack for the football, which is obviously really important. And so, yeah, having the chance to play with him, man, has been awesome. It's really elevated my game in aspects. And so looking forward to continuing building that relationship with him, the last couple of games of the year and then heading into the playoffs.
Love to hear it. On the other side of the ball, there's been a lot of focus on Kirk over the past week or so. So, what have you seen from him again in the building this week, and how he's come in as a leader after three pretty tough games to try and pick this offense up and get it back on track?
Yeah, I'm not worried about Kirk at all. I think his resume and his pedigree, in terms of how long he's played and the ups and downs that he's battled in his career. That's one guy I'm never worried about. I'm not worried about the offense. They're gonna get it going. They'll fine tune the details like they need to, and our job as a defense, no matter what, is we can only control our side of the ball anyway. So while we're out there on the field, sometimes the 3 and outs, not good enough. Maybe we got to get a big time takeaway. Can't miss the opportunities and set our offense up on a shorter field so we can get the momentum going. Things like that. So I'm not worried about the offense at all. My focus is solely on the defense and what we can do to be better and to continue to keep getting better so that we can win football games.
That much being said, in like an iron sharpens iron way, it must be a lot of fun to go out there when you've got Bijan and Kyle Pitts and Drake London and so much talent on that side of the ball to put yourself up against day in, day out.
Yeah, no doubt. And then, that's why I'm not worried about it. I think, there's times where, hey, the other side of the ball gets paid too. And they come out with they just come out, they had a better day. And credit to the other team when they have the better day, but most times it's self-inflicted. A lot of times in the NFL, you don't win games, you lose them. And I think there's times where, especially on the defensive side of the ball, that's happened. And those are the mistakes that I'm talking about that I know we can fix and we can be better from, and we will be better from.
I totally get it. You're backing Kirk and that offense, and let's hope we do see something great out of them this weekend against Minnesota. But obviously, there's been a lot of focus on Michael Penix Jr. this week as well, just from a perspective of what you've seen from him this year as a rookie coming into the building. What have you seen from him talent-wise? What have you seen from him as a man? And how impressed have you been with how he's come in and handled everything this year?
Yeah, Mike's great. I remember even getting in here, towards the latter part of training camp and just watching him, go up against like first team defense and his progression and the way that he throws the ball. There's a lot of things that are impressive about him. And obviously, that's why he went first round and was a top pick. And there's not enough good things I can say about him. So, Mike's been awesome, man. And even getting to go up against him in practice throughout the weeks, and scout team and things like that. He really challenges us at the safety position to make sure, we're doing every little thing the right way, or he'll shred the defense. So, it's great getting to go up against him, man, because, it doesn't feel, at times, it doesn't feel like you're going up against a rookie. So, that's a lot of credit to him.
I think that's what I've heard a lot of, is that there's a maturity level, obviously a slightly older guy coming out as a 4-year starter as well. So, it just feels like he's a guy who just fits in as a pro in the building immediately.
Yeah, no doubt. That's exactly it. Definitely has a maturity level, and his play backs that too.
Sensational. This weekend, Vikings, big test for you guys. That offense at times this season has looked like one of the best in the NFL, up and down, but there's no denying the talent. How excited are you to get out there with someone like Justin Jefferson and face up one-on-one with him potentially in an open field?
Yeah, no, this is going to be a great challenge for us defensively. Building off a decent performance against the Chargers, and going up against one of the best offenses in the league. They're really explosive. They run the ball really well, and they have one of the best, if not the best, receiver. In the National Football League right now, and so what a great challenge for us defensively to go up against that. Obviously they're sitting at 10-2 or whatever it is, and having the opportunity, knowing that that's a playoff team and there's a potential of playing them again and things like that, you just got to be ready to go. And it's like an early playoff game for us. And going up there, we got to make sure that that's the attitude that we bring.
Is that the feeling in the building? Is that the message Raheem's giving you, that Coach Morris, that this is like playoff time now?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, everyone knows when you start hitting, November, December, January, I mean, these games are precious, and, for seeding, and then obviously for winning your division, the whole nine. So yeah, this is a really important game. It's a must win for us.
Well, Justin, we really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us, considering what a big week this is for you. And look, we look forward to hearing it live on the radio here in the UK, watching it on our TVs as well. And look, for your sakes, I hope in what's looking like a pretty tight NFC South run-in. You guys are competitive, and we get some fun stuff from you guys this week.
Yeah, hey, thank you. Appreciate your time too.